was 4 days of back-to-back tragedy for Nigeria following the death of at least 57 people during Stampedes. First in Ibadan, Oyo State, where on Wednesday, 35 children were crushed to death at an event organized for the distribution of palliatives by a charity organization. 3 days after, on Saturday, lightning struck twice, first in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, where more than 10 people died while trying to access relief materials at a Catholic church, and shortly after in Okija, Anambra State, where no fewer than 15 people were reported dead, with scores others injured at another palliatives sharing event. We're now joined by a former FCT Commissioner of Police, Lawrence Alobi, retired, to discuss crowd control and regulations guiding Stampedes, and also revisit the precedent set by asking the police not to participate in securing the conduct of LG elections as directed in Kano and River State. It's great to have you on Arise News. Good afternoon and a warm welcome to the program. Compliments of the season.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas in advance. Let me also join other Nigerians to sympathize with the families of those who have lost beloved ones as a result of this palliative stampede in some part of the country in recent times. May their souls rest in peace.
Amen. It's absolutely a tragic note for us to commence the festive period with. But let's delve into it. There have been so many takes on who is at fault and who is to blame for all of these occurrences that have taken place. What is your analysis? Where were the failures that led to these highly preventable deaths?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it is an eye-opener to all the government and all the agencies, the institutions, security agencies, and Nigerians in general, this incident. You see, those who gave the palliative had good intention. They want to have empathy and compassion for the poor ones in the country, the less privileged. They want to see how they can at least and make them happy, make them have a sense of belonging during the festive period, Christmas period, by giving them palliative. It ended on a very sad note. That was because there were certain issues or some certain areas that were not addressed. You see, security is key in everything. Security drives every aspect of human endeavor. And Section 14B of the Constitution provides that security and welfare of the citizens shall be the prime purpose of government. And that is welfare. It is the needs of the citizens. Welfare interprets the needs of the citizens. Welfare includes, of course, like Maslow in the theory of needs. Physiological needs, food. Basic need of man is food, shelter, and so forth. The government says it shall be the prime purpose of government. It's mandatory. The point again is that how sensitive are Nigerian leaders to the needs of Nigerian people? How sensitive is the government to the needs of Nigerian people? Poverty, we know, is a social fact. It's an empirical fact that poverty is everywhere in the country. Everywhere there's hunger, everywhere in the country. But how sensitive is the government at all levels to these needs of the Nigerians? Nigerians are languishing in poverty and hunger. How is the government responding? Is the government sensitive? Do we have empathy and compassion to our citizens? So leadership is not about he who controls, he who dominates. Leadership is he who impacts, who empowers, he who adds value to the life of other people, he who serves to add value to the life of the people. And the question is to what extent are our leaders conscious of this fact, this virtue of service to the people, to meet their needs, which is mandatory, it shall, not it didn't say will, shall be the purpose of government at all levels, local government, state level, federal government. Now, we know that those who organized it knew that they were going to organize this thing. But because in this country, Nigerians don't take security as an important element in their life. We see security as not important until we have such security situation like it has arisen today. Section 14 emphasizes the importance of security, amplifies the importance to the government, and the welfare of the people. Section 24E of the Constitution also emphasizes the importance of security and the role of the citizen in promoting security, in promoting maintaining law and order So we Nigerians we're not conscious of internal security. Though the National Orientation Agency is doing its best, but they need to do more. But that should not be left to national orientation alone. Because security is everybody's business. It affects, like I said earlier, it affects all aspects of our life. All agencies should now arrive to the occasion and start building capacity of their staff and the citizens on security consciousness. So that anything you are doing, factor in security. It's a very important component of your life. If they have factored in security in this palliative event, they'll be able to address the issue of crowd control, address the issue of asset control, address the issue of entry and exit. And then look at, I said the security threat analysis, analyze the security threat in the environment. How is it safe? As soon as a stampede, how do we evacuate? These are things that are lacking. And all agencies should try now to start building capacity with their officers and men, or their personnel, on security consciousness, in line with Section 24E of the Constitution, which provides that it's the constitution to every Nigerian citizen to assist security agency in maintaining law and order, and mainly the police, which is the lead agency. Now, how can the citizens assist the security agency, and particularly the police, in maintaining law and order? One, obedience to the law. Nigerians generally don't obey the law. Nigerians generally just think that disobeying the law is you're a brave man, you're a smart man. Stop at a traffic light and watch Nigerians. They beat traffic with impunity. Stop and see how they drive. Even a pedestrian walkway, see how they drive along the pedestrian walkway. Nigerians don't obey the law. So this is one of the ways citizens can assist to maintain law and order, by obeying the law of the land. When we learn to obey the law, I'm sure if they had obeyed I'm sure the planner would have told them, queue up. If they had queued up in an orderly manner, I'm sure this time people could have been avoided.
Absolutely.
But Nigerians believe that being fast by disobeying the law, you are smart. And at the end, the consequence is always not palatable.
Well, we certainly hear you, Mr. Alobi.
So the point is that let's look at the implication from terms of governance, in terms of attitude of our citizens, and in terms of our security agencies.
All right, Mr. Alobi.
How prepared are security agencies to respond to such situations? Yes.
We certainly hear you on that. It's a very unfortunate incident with various fundamentals, the economy and all that. But we also know that you're here to discuss or revisit the precedent set by asking the police not to participate in securing the conduct of local government elections as directed in Kano and Rivers State. I'm wondering, from your experience and your perspective, what alternative security arrangements can effectively fill the void that could be left by the police withdrawal from these states?
No, I don't think Mr. President directed. It was Mr. President that directed that. It was a court order, not Mr. President. I think that was.
I said the precedent, not president.
I'm sure I'm right.
I didn't say it was the president. I said it's the precedent that was set. But I understand they do sound similar. Okay,
president was said. The court judgment.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, the court order those court judgment in Rivers State and Kano State. I don't think the court has not such order. Even the Supreme Court has made it clearly that no court, no plaintiff, even in Oji Kalu, I can't quote vividly, Oji Kalu and the federal government of Nigeria and I think Chris Oba and Attorney General. So it was clearly stated that the way the Supreme Court said that the plaintiff cannot prevent any law officer from carrying out his constitutional duty. So the court have no powers under the law to stop the police from carrying out the constitutional function. It's statutory, not optional. It's statutory. It's mandated by the law. So the court cannot comment on the right and the written law. So the court, I think that they add in law, with due respect to the court, to get that order, that they have no authority to prevent the police, and the police too, You see, one thing I learned as a lawyer from the law of equity is equity protects the vigilant, not the indolent. And if you sleep over a right, equity will not come to your aid. The police also should not sleep over their right. This is a constitutional right, their duty, constitutional duty, which they ought to perform. And assert the authority over this. Yet you need to be assertive and say, no, this is our power. This is the law, so we should act. And they should vacate that order by appealing to that order to be vacated. Otherwise, it will haunt the police in the future. That's the way I look at it.
All right.
And again,
on
it is
note,
tomorrow, somebody can just rise up and make a note. Yeah,
sure.
Sorry?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, our time is fast spent. I know this is a topic that we could spend a lot more time unpacking. However, this is where we bring this interview to a close. Thank you so much, retired Commissioner of the FCT, Police Commissioner Lawrence Alobi, for your insights there. You're welcome.